guys, it's your boy, Barca Boy 103. Today we're going to be doing the match preview for Real Sociedad versus Barcelona in La Liga. This is definitely one of Barcelona's toughest remaining fixtures left in the league, and this game will truly define whether or not Barcelona can really win this La Liga title. Before we get into it, make sure you guys smash that like button and try to get the 200 likes on this video. It would be very much appreciated. And of course, hit the subscribe button and let's get into it. Kickoff time for this match will be taking place at 9 p.m. local time, and this match will be taking place at the Anoeta Stadium. As you all know, this is one of Barcelona's bogey away grounds. We've not done too well there over the past, I'd say, 20 years. I think last year we drew 2-2. The 2 years before that, we've done well and we actually won. But the past 20 years before that, we've either lost or we've drawn. Most of the time, we've lost. So Barcelona do not have the best of records at the Anoeta Stadium, and the referee for this match has been confirmed. On the pitch, it will be Jose Luis Montero, and on the VAR, it will be Iglesia Villanueva. Let's start off by taking a look at the league table. Barcelona currently sat in second place in La Liga on 59 points after playing 27 games, 18 wins, 5 draws, and 4 losses. If you look at our last 5 games in the league, we've won 4 and drawn 1. And as you can also see, the top 3 in the Liga have all played the same amount of games now. There's no more games in hand, all of that sort of stuff. And we are currently 4 points off the top of the league of Atletico Madrid. They have 63 points, they have 19 wins, 6 draws, and 2 losses. And we are also 2 points ahead of Real Madrid on 17 wins, 6 draws, and 4 losses. And if you take a look who Atletico Madrid and Real Madrid played this weekend, Real Madrid go away to Celta Vigo, which they always do very well there, and Atletico Madrid have relegation side Alba at home. So I would say those are both very comfortable wins for them. And both Madrid teams played their games before Barcelona. Real Madrid played today against Celta Vigo, and Atletico Madrid played tomorrow 2 hours before Barcelona kickoff against Real Sociedad. So Barcelona going to be coming to that game knowing the other 2 results. And if you take a look at Real Sociedad, they are currently in the race to get into the Champions League. They have 45 points in the Liga after 27 games, 12 wins, 9 draws, and 6 losses. And if you look at their last 5 games in the league, they've won 3, lost 1, and drawn 1. And they are currently 9 points behind Sevilla, who have the Champions League spot, which they won. And they're only 3 points ahead of Real Betis, who are coming for that Europa League spot. Let's take a look now at Real Sociedad. As we just mentioned, they're currently trying to fight for that UEFA Champions League spot, but it looks like they're not going to get it as they're 9 points behind, but they only have the Europa League spot by 3 points. So they have to pick up some points in order to secure that Europa League spot for next season. Now, the last time we did face Real Sociedad, it was in the Spanish Super Cup semi-final back in January, where we drew 1-1 out of 120 minutes. We went into penalties and Barcelona won the penalty shootout 3-2. But the last time we faced them in the league was a 2-1 win at the Camp Nou with Jordi Alba and Frankie de Jong scoring on the night. But William Jose scoring for Real Sociedad first to give them that 1-0 lead. So Barcelona had to make that comeback in the first half. And you can see the lines on your screen right now. Barcelona went with Ter Stegen in goal, Des Araujo, Mingueza, Jordi Alba, Busquets, De Jong, Pedri, Messi, Griezmann, and Martin Braithwaite making that front 3. So at that time, we were still playing that 4-2-3-1 system. It was kind of maybe 4-3-3 in transition. But at the time, we weren't mainly playing in that 4-3-3 system. But in this match, they did have a lot of injuries. Oyarzabal was injured, David Silva was injured, Illarramendi was injured. So we did face a little bit of a weaker Real Sociedad side. But in the end, Barcelona did pick up those 3 important points at the Camp Nou. Now, that match at the Camp Nou did take place on December the 16th. And ever since then, Real Sociedad have been on a big downturn on form. Because as we all know, at the beginning of the season, after maybe a few match days, Real Sociedad would actually top of the league. But ever since that game at the Camp Nou, they have been on an absolutely terrible form. Since that game, they lost to Levante 2-1. They lost to Atletico Madrid. They beat Athletic Bilbao. They drew against Osasuna. They lost to Sevilla. Of course, we beat them in the Super Cup. They beat Cordoba in the Copa del Rey. They drew 2-2 at Real Betis. They did lose in the Cup to Real Betis a few days later and got knocked out. They drew to Villarreal. They beat Cadiz. They beat Getafe. They lost 4-0 to Manchester United in the Europa League. They beat relegation fighters Alaves. They drew 0-0 with Manchester United. They drew 1-1 with Real Madrid. They beat Levante 1-0, and then they lost to Granada 1-0. Now, the reason why I bring this up is since that game at the Camp Nou, Real Sociedad have lost a total of 7 games and gotten knocked out of the Copa del Rey and the Europa League. So Real Sociedad are not coming into this game on hot form. Now, the 3 games I want to take a look at is their 1-0 loss to Granada, their 1-1 draw with Real Madrid, and their 4-0 win against Deportivo Alaves. Let's start off with that 4-0 win over Alaves with Alexander Isak getting a hat-trick on the night and also Porto getting on the score sheet as well. The lineup they went with on the night was very strong. They had Nacho Monreal at left back. They had David Silva in the midfield who put in a very good performance. They had Illarramendi playing in the midfield as well. Oyarzabal and Porto on the wings with Isak up top. Very strong performance from them. And of course, Deportivo Alaves are a relegation side. So in the end, Real Sociedad's quality outshone them and Isak was very clinical on the night. Now let's take a look at their 1-1 draw with Real Madrid, with Porto and Vinicius Jr. getting on the score sheet. But in this match, Real Madrid were the dominant team. They're of course in the title race and are fighting for La Liga, and Porto got the goal early in that second half. Real Madrid kept on pressuring them and pressuring them and pressuring them. In the end, a lucky cross that hits off the defender, then drops to Vinicius. But Real Madrid were the dominant team in this match, and they needed a little bit of luck to get that draw. And finally, let's take a look at their last match in the league, which was a 1-0 loss to Granada, with Germán Sanchez scoring the one and only goal in the game. But in this match, they were outshone by Granada. Granada are in fantastic form in the Europa League as well. They're into the quarterfinals, and their manager was outclassed on the night. Granada usually played that 3 at the back or 5 at the back, but this match they went with that 4-2-3-1, and with them being the home team, they went a little bit more on the front foot. That caught Real Sociedad out. They scored that goal, and then they switched to that 5 at the back. Real Sociedad kept on putting the pressure, but they just weren't clinical on the night, and they lost out on 3 big points. Ever since the start of the new year, Real Sociedad have never looked as the best versions of themselves, but they can always turn up. They are a quality team, and the 2 main men to look out for in this match are Oyarzabal and Isaac. They're 2 men up front who carry that front line, and they are such quality players, and of course their midfield is very strong, but I do believe David Silva is going to be out for this game, which is quite unfortunate. We played them 3 times this season. He's missed out on all 3 games, but they have very strong players on the bench who can compensate without a shadow of a doubt. And Real Sociedad at the Anoeta are always a different monster, and they know that Barcelona have a very poor record at their stadium over the past 15 years. So they're going to want to capitalize on that, but this time with no fans in the stadium, maybe that curse won't come into effect. But the main thing is that both teams are desperate on the night for those 3 points. Let's get in now to the squad list. The squad list has been released and confirmed, and as you can tell from the background, we will be wearing the black kit for this match, which is absolutely fantastic. The squad list is as follows: Ter Stegen, Des, Araujo, Busquets, Griezmann, Piège, Braithwaite, Messi, Dembélé, Riqui Puig, Nathan Longline, Pedri, Trincao, Jordi Alba, Fernandez de Jong, Umtiti Jr., Ilaix Mariba, Oscar Mengueta, and R9 Tellez. So from that squad list, there are absolutely no surprises. No one's recovered from injuries. No one's gotten injured, so pretty straightforward. But I just want to remind you guys that Messi and de Jong are still 1 yellow card away from getting suspended. So that means if they do get a yellow card in this match, they will miss that home game straight after the international break against Real Valladolid. But remember, the next match after that is the Clásico, which means that, let's say for example Messi gets a yellow, he will not play another game until the Clásico. So keep that in mind. If one of them gets a yellow card, they will be suspended, and their next match in their Barcelona shirt will be the Clásico. Let's get in now to Ronald Koeman's press conference reaction. He did his press conference this morning. He's asked a lot of questions by the media. Let's get in and see what he had to say. Starts off by saying this is the 3rd time we will face La Real this season. They're a very strong side and definitely one of the best teams in this competition. It's important that there's a president now for the future. Now we can talk and it will give us peace of mind. The president told me after the Paris game on the plane back that he has full confidence in me, but it may change if the results get worse. We have to keep working and hopefully we will be there for a long time. Koeman was then asked, is the double possible this season, winning La Liga and the Copa del Rey? He said that we have to keep working very hard to win titles game by game, but anything can change. One game the double is possible, then the next game after that it may not be possible. Of course, Valverde said this a lot when he was the manager back in 2019, when we were 2 games away from winning the treble and we lost both. So I think he's trying to remind us of that fact. Koeman then says there's always room for improvement, but the trajectory of our last few games have been very positive. Then he's asked about Erling Haaland, saying, is he going to come to Barcelona this summer? How do you feel he's doing at Dortmund? He said that I don't think it's the moment to talk about players who are not in Barcelona. I don't want to get into that conversation. Then Koeman was asked how important is it to win this match. He replied by saying, which is quite interesting, he said, I don't think this is a decisive match. It is important to win tomorrow. If we don't win, the difference will be widened. Sociedad are very difficult opponents and they have great players. It's going to be a tough game. Then Koeman was also asked about de Jong and Messi being 1 yellow card away from suspension. He said it is what it is. Hopefully they won't get a yellow card so they can continue playing. If they can't play, we have to find replacements. Then the final question that Ronald Koeman was asked was an injury update on Ansu Fati. He said that his recovery is taking a little bit longer than we expected. That is true. He's now working well in the gym, and in several weeks he'll start training outside. He is very young and we do not want to rush him at all. And that concluded Ronald Koeman's press conference ahead of the game against Real Sociedad. Let's now get into the predicted lineups. We're going to start with Ronald Koeman. I'm going to try my best to predict his lineup. I think we all know on the night what he's going to pick. He's going to have to pick that strongest lineup because we all know that the Anoeta is going to be a difficult game, especially against Real Sociedad. And I think he's going to go with this lineup on the screen right now. I think he's going to go with Ter Stegen in goal, a back 3 Mengueta, de Jong, and Lenglet, 2 wing backs being Des and Jordi Alba. 2 midfielders are going to be Busquets and Pedri. The 3 men up top are going to be Dembélé, Messi, and Antoine Griezmann. I do think Koeman's going to stick with that back 3 in this match. He did so well against Sevilla in the Cup and the League. PSG away. Huesca at home was a little bit of a struggle, but we still won by 4-1. And the only question in this lineup for me is, will he bring in Araujo? I think everyone else is pretty much set in stone. The wing backs, the midfielders, the front 3 is all set in stone. Trincao's not really challenging. Puig's not really pushing. Maybe Mariba can get in or Piège, but they're still not pushing. The only player that can get into this lineup for me personally is Ronald Araujo. And if you bring him in, are you going to stick with the back 3? Are you going to switch to the 4 at the back and drop maybe Lenglet and have Mengueta and Araujo as the 2 center backs? It's up in the air for the debate, but I think that Koeman's going to stick with de Jong as that central center back because Araujo is still coming back from from injury. You don't really want to risk him in an intense game like this, but Koeman has done way worse this season, so I wouldn't be surprised. So that is the lineup I think Ronald Koeman will select for this match, with the one question mark being Ronald Araujo. Let me know down below what you think Ronald Koeman is going to go with. Now I'm going to show you guys my lineup, what I would do if I was the Barcelona coach, and this only has happened a few times this season, but I have selected the exact same lineup as Ronald Koeman. I've gone with Ter Stegen in goal, a back three of Mingueza, De Jong, and Lenglet, wing backs being Des and Jordi Alba. Two in the middle are Busquets and Pedri, and the three men up front are going to be Dembele, Messi, and Antoine Griezmann. Same for me, I would go with that back three in this match. It's done so well in the big games this season, so I would definitely pick it against a strong side in Real Sociedad, especially at the Anoeta. Again, the question mark is Ronald Araujo. Would you start him? Would you not? I wouldn't really risk him, especially in an intense game like this. I want to stick with the players that haven't been playing together for the past week or so I don't really want to tinker with the team too much. And again, the bench players are not really pushing for that starting lineup. Drinkhouse not really pushing. Ricky Puig, maybe you could put him in here, but you want to keep Pedri and Busquets because they've been playing so well together. Same with Mariba and Pianza, not really pushing that much. Same goes for Braithwaite and Firpo as well. The only one that's really pushing is Araujo. And I wouldn't switch to a forward the back as well to compensate for Araujo because he hasn't played that much in that back three system quite yet. So I wouldn't really throw him into the deep end in this game. So that is the lineup I have selected for this match. Usually I would say let me know down below would you rather pick my lineup or Koeman's lineup, but it's the exact same thing. So let me know down below what your lineup would be. Score prediction time. Time to predict the score for this match. Like I said in the intro, this game is going to define for me whether or not Barcelona can really push for the league title. Because we still have to play Atletico Madrid and we still have to play Real Madrid, and this is one of our toughest games left in the La Liga fixture. And if we can go to the Anoeta, to a stadium that we haven't been doing so well at, and go and pick up a big 3 points, I think it'll be a big statement to the league. As we all know, Real Madrid are still in the Champions League, so they'll have a midweek game here and there. Atletico Madrid are knocked out, so all their focus is going to be going to the league as well. So I think in this match is absolutely pivotal for Barcelona to pick up 3 points in this game. So I'm going to go with Barcelona win this match by 2-1. I think it's going to be super tight. I think Real Sociedad are going to rise to the occasion like they always do in these big kind of games, especially against Barcelona. But I do think Barcelona will pick up all 3 points after that inauguration speech of Laporta telling Koeman you have to win the league, and the players are going to be up for it. They're going to want to show up, put in some fight, put in a good performance, and I do think they're going to do it on the night. And I'm going to go with Barcelona win this game by 2-1. Let me know your score predictions down in the comments below. So that was my match preview for Real Sociedad versus Barcelona. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you leave a like. Let me know your thoughts down below. Let me know what lineups you would pick on the night, and let me know your score predictions as well. And make sure you guys hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you guys tomorrow for the live watch along. Set them on the screen. Come enjoy me and watch the game with me. Follow straight after the match about my match review. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. Take care, and Forza Barca.